Alright, hey everyone, and welcome back to Ratchet Clank Going Commando, where we are ready to begin the challenge mode run. With every Ratchet Clank game, once you have beaten the final boss, you can go back to the beginning of the game and begin a challenge mode run. We're going to do that. We're going to save over this top file, which I did to test out challenge mode, just to make sure I got my information right.
Welcome back to
And we're going to go ahead and skip the cutscenes because, well, we've played the game already. We don't need to be seeing the entire game in its entirety all over again. So challenge mode is effectively just hard mode. Everything is a lot tougher, but there's a lot of new things that open up to make the experience worthwhile. First of all, you carry over basically everything from your original playthrough. Platinum bolts, skill points, weapons, though we do need to set up our quick select again. Let's see. What do I want on my quick select? We should probably go shield charger, because I still need to get that upgraded. Bouncer's always good. Tetra bomb could be fun. Kilinoids. Blitz cannon and mega turret. We don't have any of our gadgets, unfortunately, so we will have to get those all over again. And some of the items that we picked up we're going to need to get again as well. We keep the armor magnetizer, the box breaker, the mapper, our armor, but that's about it in terms of items. So we keep a good chunk of stuff, but anything tied to like plot progression is locked back up. Let's see. Any weapons we have upgraded are stay upgraded. They keep their experience from the last run. A few new things do open up in the special menu. Cheats, we've already been unlocking these for getting more skill points. We'll be showing these off probably in the next episode. Once we've unlocked the last one, we'll show them all off. Skill points, again, we have 28 out of 30, just 2 more to go. Movies, we can watch all of the cutscenes from the game. We can watch the credits again. We can look at the sketchbook, which we'll be doing later. And there's 2 locked options which we will be unlocking hopefully soon. Shortcuts. We have not unlocked any of these, but I imagine these are for just if you go through like maybe a second challenge mode run and you want to skip to certain parts of the game. I don't know. I haven't actually unlocked anything in here yet, so we'll see what that's actually all about. Random stuff. We'll be checking that out later. But it does have a few things. There's a few things that are locked, a few things that are currently unlocked. Yeah, we'll get to that in due time. And the last thing, first person mode. Hello, first person mode. We could literally just play the entire game through as a first person shooter. L2 and L1 have both been replaced with additional fire buttons. So that's neat. Let's pull out our shield charger, kilinoids, and let's get going. And yes, square's been replaced with a wrench throw. Interesting. Okay, and we still do have strafing. It looks like it defaults to strafing in this mode, because they can hear the flips being done. Oh, I don't like climbing ladders though. But yeah, it's first-person shooter mode. I think I'm going to turn that off, actually. That's going to be really hard to get used to, and this game was not designed to be a first-person shooter. It's a cool little feature, though, if you want to try it out. Anyways, we keep all of our weapons, but the enemies are much, much tougher, as you can see, taking a lot more hits to get through. Wouldn't be a challenge mode without, well, a challenge. They even accounted for you leveling up your weapons. The number next to your bolt counter multiplies the amount of bolts you get when you kill enemies. This multiplier increases as you kill enemies, but it will reset to 1 if you get hit. The higher the bolt multiplier, the more enemies must be killed to increase it. The multiplier maxes out at 10. Yes, we are currently at a ×4 multiplier. Wait, I'm sorry, did I read it as 10? It should have been 20. But yes, we have a ×5 bolt multiplier at this point. The number of kills you need to get consecutively should be on screen right now for each level of multiplier. And this is going to be very vital, as maxing out our multiplier is going to be the way we make money to get the remaining purchases. Because we still have yet to purchase, in addition to some things we need to rebuy, namely gadgets, to progress the plot. We also need to buy the Rhino, which is 1 million, the Zodiac, which is 1.5 million, the last armor, which is 1 million, so that's 3.5 million total so far, and there's one more weapon, which is another 1 million. So that's 4.5 million bolts that we're going to need, ideally in this playthrough, in order to get everything purchased and unlocked. It's going to be quite the challenge, not gonna lie. But thankfully the bolt multiplier is here to help us, and since we don't have to purchase nearly as many upgrades, we basically have all of our weapons. We don't need to spend money on those anymore. That's gonna save a lot of money and make getting that a lot easier. There's also some other improvements in challenge mode in addition to the bolt multiplier, which will help us get to that 4.5 million bolts a lot easier. Okay, I'm really trying to get my shield charger charged up. Can you? Okay. Seriously, I want to get that level up as soon as possible because I'm planning to do most of challenge mode basically off screen. We don't need to be seeing the whole game again. My plan is when we get to things that are important to show, I will show them. But otherwise, we're not going to be showing too much of challenge mode, just the important things. This episode, I'm planning to go up through reaching Joba, is the plan. Either that or reaching the Harugas Cloud. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how long this whole thing goes. Hey, you know what? Attack me, please. Please, it's so close to leveling up. Oh, wow. You are tearing right through that. Okay. Never mind then. Alright, we are getting close to the end of this first level. Hello there. I'm gonna need you to please get out of my way. Perfect. And we are, oh god, right, we got hit, so we're down to a down to a ×5 multiplier. Don't know what I was doing there. Hi. We have to be really careful that we don't get hit and lose our multiplier, because that's going to really slow down our bolt gathering. Though I'm surprised we're already back up to ×5. Please, camera, cooperate. Please don't get caught on walls. Alright, I'll take a 62 nanotech. Alright, but I'm thinking at this point I'm just gonna go ahead and we're not gonna cut too far ahead, but I'm gonna cut ahead until we reach the next planet. So we can check out what's new at the shops. Oh, I'm not gonna have to skip anything at all actually, because we are already there.
Ratchet checking in, sir.
Alright, so planet Oozla, let's see. Let's go ahead and immediately restock on our... Where is it? Not over here. Restock on all of our ammo, but mainly I want to restock on the shield charger. Because I still need to max that out. There you are. Anyways, as we've been scrolling through this shop, you may have noticed something. There sure are a lot of extra things that weren't there before that cost money. These are the mega weapons. Basically not every, but basically every weapon in the game, once you have leveled it up, has a mega variant available in challenge mode. These are very expensive. They are also very powerful. I am not going to be going for them yet. Because we already do need 4.5 million bolts to get the remaining purchases, the Rhino 2, which is now available in the shop, and not just on Barlow, the Zodiac, and then we also need to find the armor, and the last weapon is actually all the way out at the end here. But yeah, Given we already need 4.5 million bolts to get the remaining things that we haven't seen yet, and these are just upgraded versions of the weapons we already have seen extensively, I'm not going to worry too much about getting the mega weapons. If we're able to purchase everything that we need, all the additional weapons and armor that we need, and have enough bolts left over, I will start to purchase some of these mega weapons. But they're basically just the same thing but better, but stronger. So I'm not too worried about actually showing the mega weapons. That can be a fun challenge though, if you want to go through challenge mode probably a couple of times to unlock all of the mega weapons. Good luck with that, because I don't think I'm going to be focusing too much time on it. Anyways, I'm going to start heading through Oozla. I'm going to hopefully get the shield charger maxed out because we should actually be really close. And then once I'm done with that, we'll move on to the next section I want to show. Oh, that shield charger is actually really good. It's almost one-shotting these goops. I don't know why I call them goops. They look like goops to me. They look goopy and floppy. Ow. There we go, there's our shield charger upgrade to the Tesla barrier. It now basically acts like the Tesla claw from the first game, or I guess from this game too. It zaps enemies as you get close to them. So it's like a Tesla claw merged with a shield. Not a bad item at all. Anyways, with the upgraded shield charger in hand, the Tesla barrier, that is all of our weapons that we got in the first playthrough upgraded. I'm going to go ahead and meet you at our next destination, which I believe is going to be Maktar Resort. Alright, I've made it back to the Maktar Arena, and I've been working through it a little bit off screen, because most of the challenges are identical to how they were before, just with more powerful enemies. That being said, there are a couple of new challenges, and there are some adjustments to the rewards due to the fact that it's more difficult in challenge mode. This is my second time actually recording the arena because I've actually learned a few things, so I wanted to come back and do it a little bit better. So, I've worked through a few of these challenges, many of these challenges in fact, and a general thing is all of the rewards, all of that prize money, multiplied by 10 compared to how it was in the base regular playthrough. So all of the money you earn multiplied by 10. Fantastic source of money. I've also noticed that there are some weird issues with the multiplier, both in the arena and outside of the arena. Outside of the arena, I've been having trouble keeping my multiplier up. I've been apparently taking hits where I'm confident I have not been taking hits, and my multiplier has been getting reset, which is bizarre. I've had the Tesla barrier up, so maybe that's contributing to my confusion. Maybe with the Tesla barrier, if I get hit, it counts as a hit, but I don't take damage, and that's why I'm getting confused. But if I remember correctly, with the shield charger, if I got hit, it didn't count as a hit, so weird. The other thing, in the actual challenge battles, in the arena battles, the multiplier acts a little bit funky. It seems like it's turned off during the challenge battles. So there's no multiplier at all, which is fair because you're fighting a ton of enemies. It could be really easy to build that multiplier up really high, where the game does not really want you to. And then the multiplier, since it's off, you're not getting any multiplier on the bolts you get from enemies at all, because the bulk of the money is supposed to be coming from the prize money, not from the enemies. So that's a little bit odd. But I've noticed some weird glitches where sometimes the multiplier still goes during a battle. Sometimes the multiplier will increment if you're at the with the very last couple of enemies in a battle. Those will count towards incrementing the multiplier. It is weird. There's some weird glitches in this game. I've also, off-screen, run into the same issue I ran into in Joba, where sometimes it just wouldn't progress to the next round, and I was able to find that actually a couple of enemies would fly very far off to the edge of the arena, like way out where you can't reach them, and then they would just stay there. And I was able to spot one, and I was barely able to snipe it and kill it, and keep moving on, but oof, yeah, no, some of the enemies just apparently decide they want to stop existing as part of the arena, so they just go away. Fair enough. Anyways, I've gone through a few of these challenges so far, made quite a bit of prize money. Let's see. There are 2 challenge mode specific challenges in the arena. 2 challenges that are only available in a challenge mode playthrough. The first one, Timed Avoidance Challenge. Dodge Chainblade for 2 minutes. This one actually isn't as bad as it sounds.
Returning to battle is everyone's favorite gladiator. He slices, he dices, and carves up a main dish. Please welcome Chainblade.
Hello, Chainblade. So we just gotta wait for 2 minutes. We don't even have to kill him. He doesn't even have a health bar. I don't think we can kill him. But as long as we don't get hit for 2 minutes, we should get the challenge cleared. Of course, I've already done this once. I did it first try before, but I'm not showing that just because, again, learned a few things, so I wanted to... No! I got overconfident. But yeah, learned a few things, so I wanted to come back and do this again. And we'll get another 18,000 bolts, which is nothing to sneeze at. Alright, let's try this again. Thankfully, the first, almost 10 seconds, he is not even participating in the fight, so it's really just a minute 50 you gotta survive. And then it takes him a bit before he's ready to start fighting. And then if we just keep jumping over his swords, we should be golden. It's just gonna take focus. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little bit frustrated because I actually did this arena for almost an hour on one single challenge. And I'm a little bit in a frustrated mood. So hopefully that doesn't impact my play too much. But that is the reason why I wanted to redo this arena section. We'll get to that after we're done with Chainblade. Oh no, almost screwed up there. Oh, he just tried to fake me out. I saw that. I saw you. I saw you trying to fake me out. Okay, 1 minute left. We can do this. We made it the first minute, we can make it the second. It's not like he's getting any harder. We just need to focus. Stay consistent. Don't let my frustration from earlier screw me over. Oh god. "30 seconds. 25. 15. 10. Oh, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Don't screw up now. I can do this. 2, 1. Yeah, you keep screaming. And he just dissolved. That's concerning. Hooray, 18,000 bolts. And yeah, you can see I've been making a lot of money. The other challenge exclusive to a challenge mode run, is a wrench expert challenge. Wrench only, and don't take a hit. I have made it to the final round of this challenge multiple times. 9 rounds. You've got to really rely on your wrench throw. It is your best friend here. 9 rounds. And then it caps it off with something absolutely terrible. Also, what the heck? I didn't even know I had charge boots. It's in gadgets. Here, let me turn those off because those are going to be a big threat in here.
Where did this guy come from?
But yeah, nine rounds. And to cap it off, the very, very last round has you fight off against Chainblade. Wrench only, no taking damage, with his challenge mode health. He is difficult. He is really difficult. And what makes it even more difficult is I am pretty sure that in challenge mode, we don't carry over our upgraded wrench. I don't see it here. I don't see it here. And I don't see it here either. So we're on the base wrench. I'm pretty sure we're on the base wrench. God, I hope we're on the base wrench. Because if we're not on the base wrench, and we are on the fully upgraded wrench, and I have to do that last round, wrench only. Well, some of my friends have said that some of the challenges in challenge mode arena battles, despite the fact that they've been playing these games since they first came out in the early 2000s, they have never beaten him. My friends, some of my friends have said they have never beaten some of these challenge mode arena challenges. And I can completely understand why. So, we're not going to be doing this. We're going to come back to this. We're going to come back to this when we have a fully upgraded wrench, and Chainblade is going to be easy, because oof, I spent almost an hour. Almost an hour, and it was rough. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and off-screen finish off the rest of the challenges that are carryovers from a regular playthrough to get some more money, and I will meet you over at Barlow for a quick look at the races. Alright, made it back to the races here on Barlow, and despite the fact that they shouldn't be any more difficult than they were in the first go-round, there's nothing really more difficult about them in challenge mode. All the prizes are 10 times. So I'm about to make a ton of money off of the races. Of course, since the races are identical to before, I'm just gonna do that off screen. And then the next stop after this will be the Feltzin System. Alright, I made it back to the Feltzin System, took care of the first challenge, and as before, all of the rewards are multiplied by 10 for challenge mode. And the enemies really don't seem that much more difficult, if they are more difficult at all. It's basically the exact same challenges, just with a much higher reward, and maybe they're a bit stronger, but our ship is fully upgraded, so it doesn't matter? Anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and go through this off-screen again, because, again, this isn't anything new, it's just same thing with better rewards. Alright. You know what's much easier when you're not trying to focus on getting all the rings perfectly so that you can get the platinum bolt? That doesn't mean the race against Ace Bunyan is necessarily easier. It is much easier, but the rings do appear to give a compounding speed boost, and if you don't get all of them, you will actually be moving a little bit slower than Ace, and that can be an issue. He actually did catch up to me, so I had to boost a little bit, but it still wasn't that bad. Anyways, we have plenty of money now. So we can finally start to buy some new weaponry. And the first new weapon that we're going to be getting is not the Rhino, because that's... it's the same price. The first of the 3 new weapons we're going to be getting is the Clank Zapper. The Clank Zapper, we're going to go ahead and set it on our quick select right over the Mega Turret Glove. It is right down here. It does need an upgrade. And I believe what it basically does is this. Clank can zap enemies for us. Basically a passive shield. Looks like we can't be too close to the enemies or he won't fire. But we also can't be too far or he won't fire. I've been told that figuring out the positioning for the Clank Zapper is rough. So we're gonna have to figure this out as we go. It will apparently take a long time to upgrade. It's apparently a very slow weapon to upgrade. So, not going to be expecting that anytime soon, but I am going to be using it passively as an extra shield as we go through here. Let's see. Yeah, I think my next destination will be probably Tabora, I'm thinking. I'll see y'all over there. Well, okay then, already got it upgraded. I did not have nearly as much trouble as my friends were reporting, so that's interesting. From what I can tell of the Clank Zapper, it fires off about once every 1 or 2 seconds. If you're near enemy and it's active, his antenna will light up to indicate he's charging up a shot, and the shot will go off after he's finished charging. I am not really paying attention to not getting hit, so I am losing my multiplier like very fast. Anyways, yeah, Clank Zapper is definitely a weird weapon, but it's not as hard to upgrade as it was made out to be to me. Because it upgraded the very next planet after I got it. So let's go ahead and go through the whole boss sequence, I guess, and show it off. So yeah, you can see it's active, his antenna's lighting up, and after about a second or 2, he zaps. Though the range is definitely really weird. If you're too close, it won't go off. which is a little bit on the irritating side, especially when you've got a bunch of enemies trying to crowd you. But it gained experience pretty quickly when I was just letting it do most of the work, and Notak was a fairly easy planet to let it do exactly that. Since a lot of the enemies were the chicken robots and I could just hang back and relax. Other enemies I could just hit with one shot with a blitz cannon and then the Clank Zapper would get it on the next shot. Okay, like right here, for some reason it just was not going off despite being at what I thought was a good range. There we go. Alright, hello there, Angela. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to shoot you. But yeah, Clank Zapper. The weapon seems pretty good. It's just weirdly finicky to use, only working in very specific ranges. But I got it upgraded already to the Clank Shocker, which I'm pretty sure is just more powerful? More powerful, and probably each charge lasts a little bit longer. I haven't really been able to tell whether it's a time-based weapon or a shot-based weapon, because I know the Mega Turret Glove is a shot-based weapon. The Mega Turrets expire after a certain amount of shots. I can't tell how it works with the Clank Zapper, especially since if there are no enemies nearby, his antenna will turn off to indicate that he's not actively charging a shot. And that's really the only tell I can see for whether it's even active, is if that antenna's lit up. So yeah, it's hard between the weird range and the antenna turning off when there's no enemies nearby. It's really hard to tell if it's a time-based or a shot-based weapon. Whatever. It does seem like a good weapon. In combination with the Tesla barrier and the Kilinoids, I'm pretty sure this is what Tactician Geek was referring to a while back as as his defensive trio that never lets enemies through. Those three together are really good. Anyways, now I will actually go ahead and meet you at Tabora. Oh god! Alright, made it back to Tabora, specifically to the desert area.
Oh.
And I want to talk to this guy, and good, that confirms it. The crystals are back in the deserts, all 100 of them. Which is actually a really good thing. Wait, hang on. Do we not have the mapper? I thought we did. I thought the mapper is one of the things that it is. So why? Odd. Also, wow, that is a very, very strong crystal. But yeah, no, the mapper is supposed to be showing us where all of the crystals are. Not sure why it's not doing that. It is showing this, which I'm not sure what that is. I'm curious. It's roughly this direction. Do I have the... I do have the charge boots on. Let's go see what that is. But yeah, the crystals are back, and this is a very, very good thing, because not only are the crystals a good source of money, they're worth 10 times more than they were in the original run-through. So we get to get all 100 crystals and get a ton of money out of them once again. 10 times more money than we got before. Of course, I'm not going to be showing the entire collection process on screen. That would be ridiculous. Okay, the thing is right up here? Is this where the platinum bolt's supposed to be? Yeah, I think this is where the platinum bolt was originally. Odd that it's showing that even though it was already collected, and not the actual crystals, because those are supposed to be shown as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and... I may have made a mistake by actually rushing out here to, check out what that was, but oh well. Thankfully, we don't have any, new weapons we need to be grinding up, but oh my god, these crystals are just... They do not want to break open! Oh, this is going to be an interesting challenge. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting the crystals here. Once I get 11, I'll show you that the crystals are worth, or once I get 10, I'll show you that the crystals are worth a whole bunch more than they used to be. Just to confirm it on screen. Alright, made it back with 11 crystals. Let's go ahead and turn these in. And yeah, one crystal is now 10,000 bolts. There are 90 crystals, so we get 900,000 bolts from this area. I'm gonna be back in like an hour or so once I've finished doing that, and then we can pick up our next weapon, which I believe is going to be the Rhino. Alright, I'm back. I got all 100 crystals. They never showed up on the mapper for some reason, which is still weird to me. But yeah, I only missed one this time around, and it took a while to find it, but I got it. I know the mapper is supposed to show where all the crystals are, but it's just not. Maybe I have to get it again in this playthrough, even though my items say I clearly have it. But yeah, 900,000 bolts. Give it to me. We are rich. And with that 900,000 bolts, putting us at over 1.5 million, we can finally buy... Where are you? The Rhino 2. There's also the Zodiac, but we'll be getting that last, after the last armor upgrade. Alright. The Rhino 2. We now have all but one weapons in the game, and we have the most... Actually, I think technically the second most powerful weapon. The Zodiac, I believe, is stronger. But the Zodiac's also a bit more limited. But I've never used the Zodiac or the Rhino 2, so let's find out how they actually work. First off, we can spend our last 2 platinum bolts on a lock-on mod for the Meteor Gun, and a lock-on mod for the Rhino 2. That has spent all of our platinum bolts, and we now have all of the mods for all of the weapons. Now then, let's head off to the next planet and start checking out how the Rhino actually works. Let's set you right here. Does the Rhino actually get an upgrade? The Rhino does not get upgraded in this game. Interesting. So it comes at 1 level and it stays at that 1 level. It might have a mega variant though. Okay, so the last few things we need are the last armor upgrade for 1 million and the Zodiac for 1.5 million. So we are getting there. We have just 2.5 million left to go, and like 2/3 of the game left to go. Just under 2/3. We also still have Moonstone collection that we can do on Grelbin, which is going to be hell, and hopefully we'll actually already have all of the money we need by that point. So it won't be as necessary, but still good to do. That's a lot of lock-on targets for the Rhino. Also worth pointing out, I am almost at max health. We have just 1 more level up to go, and then we just need the last nanotech from Snivelak. Okay, it is a rapid-fire rocket launcher. I can get behind this. Oh my god, that's a lot of money. Well then, I think I have a favorite weapon. Well, no, there's plenty of fantastic weapons in this game. I can't really say anything's my favorite, but god, this is looking good right off the bat. Stick up our defensive barrier, and we should be golden. God, look at all this money. Yeah, I remember the money drops start picking up really quickly around this point, so we're about to get wealthy. Oh my goodness. This is wonderful. Oh, and of course I get hit losing my multiplier. Alright then, I'm pretty pleased with the Rhino. Unfortunately, yeah, no, really? Come on, Swing Shot. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It just decides it wants to fail. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way onwards too. Let's see, I don't think I need to show anything in the Harugas Cloud. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Harugas Cloud should be fine. We've already shown that the rewards for the space missions are multiplied by 10, and again, I don't think they're that much more difficult, and there's nothing new to show, so I don't think there's any point in showing it. So I think at this point, that'll mark the end of the first bonus episode in the first half of challenge mode. So next time, I'll meet you on Joba, and we'll take on the second half of our challenge mode run. As we hopefully get the Zodiac, the last bit of armor, and the last few skill points. I'll see everyone next time for that.